Tonight on Connecticut's news station, crypto chaos. Concerns over scams involving ATMs across the state.
Making it easier for women to get birth control. I'm Samaya Hernandez at the state capitol with a look at what's on the table.
A mystery surrounding the death of a local 20-year-old woman, leaving more questions than answers tonight.
Plus, a mission in motion. How a local restaurant owner is helping bring relief to Turkey.
And turning cooler tomorrow with a close call from a storm to the south. We'll explain coming up.
Plus, we have some sights in the sky to see this week. I'll explain where and when to look ahead.
Now at 6, this is Fox 61, Connecticut's news station.
Good evening. Thanks for joining us here on the Fox 61 News at 6. I'm Ben Goldman.
And I'm Jen Bernstein. Guns took center stage at the Capitol today as hundreds of people packed the Judiciary Committee public hearing to testify on 4 different bills.
Fox 61's political reporter Emma Wolfhorst was watching this hearing that's still going on right now, by the way. She joins us in studio with an update. Emma?
Ben, Jen, this hearing is hitting hour 9. I was just watching it. We just crossed that threshold. It started at 9 o'clock this morning. More than 160 people signed up to give public testimony today, and lawmakers are still hearing those comments now. Like you said, those 4 bills you mentioned aimed at curbing gun violence and revising firearms standards here in Connecticut.
We still have people dying almost every other day in Connecticut.
These laws are not going to stop bad people from shooting other people.
Passionate testimony Monday on both sides of a long-standing issue, gun control.
We are here to make sure that people are safe in this country.
Supporters say these bills are necessary to keep Connecticut safe.
Until we live in a society where people are no longer dying from gun violence, we have to keep passing as many laws as we can to prevent more preventable death.
But those opposed say Connecticut already has some of the strictest gun laws in the nation and argue these new proposals will do little to stop gun crime.
There's nothing in here that I could see that address people who do bad things. The people who are doing the bad things, they're the ones that got to be dealt with.
The measure getting the most attention Monday, the governor's bill addressing gun violence. His proposal would close a loophole in the state's assault weapons ban, raise the age to purchase a long gun from 18 to 21, expand safe storage requirements, and more. Another measure would implement micro-stamping to identify guns and raise the age to purchase ammunition. A third bill, brought by multiple Connecticut mayors, aimed at strengthening penalties for repeat offenders of gun-related crimes.
If we want Connecticut to be a safer state, we need to pass and continue to update our safe gun laws.
The fourth bill Monday, introduced by the Republican caucus, looks to ease restrictions for gun owners.
We need to prosecute the guns that we have and hold criminals responsible and stop further restricting the legal rights of law-abiding citizens.
And this is just the start of the process for these bills. Lawmakers tell me these proposals could be split up or combined as negotiations continue after today's public hearing. The Judiciary Committee must vote whether to advance these measures out of committee by the end of the month. Ben?
Emma, thank you. In other news, a New Haven woman who was reported missing found on the shore of the West River in West Haven Friday. Now investigators are trying to find out what happened to her. Fox 61's New Haven County Bureau reporter Julia LeBlanc joining us now live from the scene. Julia, what can you tell us?
Hi, good evening to you, Ben. It was around 2:30 in the afternoon on Friday when State Department of Transportation workers were working on this bridge right here in West Haven when they noticed what they thought was a body in the West River down below. Well, turns out, unfortunately, they were correct. Fire and police got to the scene here on the West River right near the Kimberly Ave Bridge and pulled a 29-year-old woman out of the water. That person was later identified as Roya Mohammadi of New Haven. She had been reported missing to the New Haven police the day before. Now, police tell us her employer filed the report because she hadn't shown up to work. She was last seen on February 23rd. Now, when we asked police if the missing persons report was suspicious in nature, they simply replied that Roya normally did come to work. Now, the Office of the Medical Examiner is trying to figure out exactly how she died. They do say that an autopsy did take place over the the weekend, but her cause of death is pending further studies, we were told. Now, police say they are unsure how long Roya was in the water for and how she got to this side of the river. However, of course, they are doing whatever they can right now to try to find the answers to those questions, looking to see if there's any surveillance video in this area, and trying to talk to people about what they might have seen on Friday, again at 2:30 in the afternoon. Now, in the meantime, we were able to speak with someone close by right near the Super 8. He says that no matter what happened to Roya, his heart is hurting right now because, of course, that is somebody's daughter. So he wants police to be able to figure this out. Of course, they're doing everything they can to get those answers. For now, we're live in West Haven. Julia LeBlanc, Fox 61, Connecticut's news station.
Certainly tough for her family no matter what. Julia, thank you very much. Well, breaking news just into the newsroom right now. Crews are battling a fire on Vernon Street in Manchester. Right now, we don't have an exact location, but we do know that road is in a residential neighborhood. We have a crew headed to the scene, and of course, we'll bring you updates as we learn more. All right, we want to turn to the weather right now. A really nice day out there across the state.
Chief Meteorologist Rachel Frank joining us now. The sun felt good, Rach.
Yeah, it was warm out there today, too. Temperatures up around 50 degrees. It will be cooler tomorrow, but at least we're missing out on this. Rain and snow diving down from the Great Lakes, and it looks like this disturbance is going to just miss us here in Connecticut. Look how close this call is. Northern Jersey, even New York City seeing a bit of snow as we head through the overnight hours, and it looks like we will just end up missing out here in Connecticut. Temperatures right now are, yes, quite mild in the 40s, close to 50 for the New Haven area, although most areas did touch 50 outside earlier. We're down from our high of the day, and we've got a bit of a breeze. Get used to this breeze because I think we'll feel it off and on right through this week. Heading through the evening tonight, increasing clouds because of that storm system that gets close to us. Overnight lows will be right around 30 degrees as we head towards daybreak, and we'll see a mix of sun and clouds tomorrow. High temperatures instead of near 50, back in the 30s. That breeze I mentioned before, and then we're right back up in the 40s as we head into Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday, with temperatures trending near or even a little bit above average for the remainder of the work week. And we're keeping a close eye on the weekend for our next shot at potential storminess. We'll explain coming up.
All right, Rachel, thank you. Well, Waterbury police are investigating after an early morning shooting on Burton Street. A 21-year-old man was shot and is fighting for his life. Fox 61's Lindsay Kane is on the scene with more on the investigation. Lindsay.
Police are investigating after they say a 21-year-old man was shot here on Burton Street earlier this morning. Now, police say that man was taken to the hospital and he is in critical condition. So police have blocked off parts of Burton Street to investigate. They're also investigating in front of a home here on Burton Street as well. Now, they say that house is part of the crime scene, but at this time it's still unclear if the 21-year-old was shot inside the home or somewhere on Burton Street. But police are looking for evidence on the street and near that house as well. It's all happening around 5 o'clock this morning. Police say they received a report of a shooting incident in the Burton Street area. When they arrived on scene, they found the 21-year-old with gunshot wounds. Police have not identified any suspects at this time. That's why they're asking anyone in the Waterbury area if they have any information to contact Waterbury police. In Waterbury, Lindsay Kane, Fox 61, Connecticut's news station.
Lindsay, thank you. 2 people are dead after a car crashed into parked cars in a house in Waterbury. It happened last night in the area of Long Hill Road and Transit Street. Police say the driver, a 24-year-old man, lost control, causing that crash. He was pronounced dead on the scene. The 22-year-old passenger was taken to the hospital where she was pronounced dead. The city's building inspector responded to the scene to confirm that the house was still structurally sound. No one else was injured.
A Fox follow-up. Police continue to investigate tonight after a teen was killed in a crash in Woodbury. 17-year-old Tristan Ocasio from Bethlehem was driving a pickup truck Saturday night when he crossed the center line and hit 2 cars. Ocasio was pronounced dead on the scene. One of the other drivers was treated for minor injuries. Region 14 Superintendent releasing a statement about Ocasio, saying in part, quote, Tristan was an enthusiastic, loving student who always sought out the best in others. He was a senior at Nonawag High School. Ocasio has a sister who attends the high school and a brother who attends Woodbury Middle School. There will be a crisis team available all day tomorrow at both schools.
We have an update now to a fire in Middletown. Police have arrested 55-year-old Eugene Boudreau Jr. for a February 18th fire at a trailer on Washington Street. Boudreaux is accused of pouring gasoline on a woman inside the residence and the trailer and then lighting the trailer on fire. The trailer, along with a neighboring trailer and 2 cars, were destroyed in this fire. Boudreaux is being held on $1 million bond.
Well, we now know the name of the passenger who died following an emergency landing at Bradley International Airport. Police identifying the passenger as Dana Hyde of Cabin John, Maryland. On Friday afternoon, the plane made an emergency landing at Bradley due to turbulence. State police were then called because Hyde was injured. She was taken to St. Francis Hospital, where she later died. The NTSB is now investigating.
Well, new tonight, crews responded to a house fire on Creek Court in Brantford this afternoon. Officials say that 2 people were home at the time and a neighbor helped them get out safely. The flames caused significant damage to the home. Both people are now displaced. The cause is still under investigation. In Lebanon, crews responded to a fire involving several cars. It happened on Exeter Road, which is part of Lyman High School's property. Officials say that 5 cars were involved, 3 of them totaled by the flames. The cause of that fire is also under investigation.